Last time, you set up your charting cockpit, the clean, sensible workspace. Today is part 2, the power tools. The features that turn someone who merely looks at a chart into someone who can actually work on one. We will keep it simple, and as always, end with the honest reminder that none of this is required to build wealth. But if you're going to explore the trader's craft, these are the instruments worth knowing. Start with the drawing tools, because this is where a chart goes from something you watch to something you mark up. With a click, you could draw a trend line connecting the rising lows of an uptrend or a flat horizontal line across a support and resistance level. Suddenly, the invisible structure we talked about becomes visible, drawn right on the screen, so you can see exactly where price is respecting or breaking your lines. And there is one drawing tool so famous it deserves its own moment, the Fibonacci retracement. It sounds mystical, and it has a wonderful history. It is based on a sequence of numbers studied by Leonardo Fibonacci, an Italian mathematician from the 13th century, numbers that appear strangely often in nature, in shells and flowers and spirals. Traders draw this tool from a low to a high, and it automatically marks certain levels, the famous 38, 50, and 61.8% lines. The idea is that after a big move, a price often pulls back to one of these levels before continuing. Is it magic? No, but so many traders watch these exact lines that they can become self-fulfilling, which is reason enough to know them. Next, indicators, but now the advanced part, customizing them. In the cockpit episode, we said, keep it clean. Here you learn to add an indicator like the RSI or MACD into its own little panel beneath the price, tune its settings, and stack a disciplined few. The skill is not piling on 20. It is choosing 2 or 3 that answer different questions and arranging them so you can read them at a glance. Now, a genuinely powerful feature that surprises people, custom indicators. TradingView has its own simple coding language called PineScript, which lets people build their very own indicators. But here is the good news. You do not need to write a single line of code. There's an enormous public library where thousands of traders have already built and shared their indicators for free. You just search, click, and add. It is like an app store for chart tools. Then there are alerts, and these are a gift for your sanity. Instead of staring at a screen all day, you set a condition, tell me when the stock crosses $50 or when its RSI drops below 30, and TradingView watches for you and pings your phone the moment it happens. You stop being chained to the chart. The chart calls you only when something you cared about actually occurs. For those watching many stocks, there are multi-chart layouts, letting you see 4, 6, even more charts on one screen at once, and keyboard shortcuts that let a practiced user flip between symbols and time frames in a blink. This is the efficiency layer, turning a slow clicker into a fast, fluent reader of many markets. And here is my favorite because it is the safest, the strategy tester, and bar replay. Bar replay lets you rewind a chart to a past date and play it forward candle by candle, so you can practice reading and making decisions on real history with no money at risk. It is a flight simulator for trading. And paper trading lets you place pretend trades with a fake balance to test your skill and your nerves before a single real dollar is ever involved. If you're going to learn this craft, practicing in the simulator first is the single smartest thing you can do. So that is the power tools floor. Drawing tools and Fibonacci to map structure, customizable and community indicators to read momentum, alerts to free your attention, multi-chart layouts for speed, and the replay and paper trading simulators to practice safely. Together, they turn a simple chart into a genuine workshop. But now the honest reminder, the one that anchors this entire series. Every single one of these tools amplifies whatever you bring to it. Hand them to a disciplined person with a clear plan, and they become powerful. Hand them to an impatient gambler, and they just help you lose money faster and more elaborately. A fancier chart does not make a better investor, any more than a more expensive guitar makes a better musician. The tool is never the talent. And the deepest truth, unchanged since episode 1. None of this, not a single feature, is required to grow wealthy. The patient owner of a simple index fund uses precisely none of it and still beats most of the people frantically drawing Fibonacci lines at midnight. Learn these power tools because they're genuinely fascinating and because you want to understand the craft, not because you must. So look back at that plain chart from part 1. It is a full workshop now, drawing tools, custom indicators, alerts, simulators, all at your fingertips. Just never forget that the most powerful instrument in investing was never on the screen. It was always your own patience and discipline. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep it simple and practice in the simulator before you ever risk a cent.